What can you do, man?
Hey, the Brazilian woman.
Nothing. We need the foreigners here. They can't even make one comment.
Who? Local?
South African people.
But you're a local, you're saying the truth. Is that the truth?
We've been trying to train them. Since last year, we didn't have one good machinist.
Not one.
To do even one comment.
But MK Labour just says ANC loses. There's plenty of people out there for machinists.
They're supposed to give us that people. One of them must come and bring one people to show us how to do the job. But they can't give us any one person to replace the foreigners. We can't chase somebody without a replacement. We have to find a replacement.
Foreigners must stay.
Illegal foreigners must go, and I say yes, they must. But then you go out, you find a foreigner that is legal in the country, has documentation, and you assault them and you humiliate them. It was the apartheid government that used to humiliate our fathers. You know how that felt, your father being humiliated in public, how that destroyed his own confidence in himself, how that destroyed our families. You know that you've been through that. But how is it that you are celebrating with a human being being humiliated when he's done nothing wrong? He's shown you documents that he is legal in the country. I don't get this. I don't stand for it. I mean, you tell me how foolish we must be to not know our own laws that we are trying to protect. A refugee in South Africa does not need the 5 million rands investment in order to operate a business. There is nothing like that. There are some type of asylum seekers that are protected by the law to be able to do small businesses in South Africa to survive. But you don't care. You are just kicking out everything that is black skin and foreigner. I'm not saying legal people should be in the country. I'm with you. But I'm not with your cruelty. I'm not with your foolishness. I am not with your dehumanization.
Those Africans that were there.
But let me put it this way. I know where you want to go. You say they never rose, in particular under the cloud.
Yes.
Or the scrutiny South Africa is under right now.
100%.
There's memes.
People of African descent and Tabizo are wearing Mexican jerseys, supporting Mexico. Because of the things, stupid things we're doing in this country. Some people are doing.
Yeah.
Some of our competitors are doing to our fellow African brothers and sisters.
Yeah.
Those voices, those Nigerian guys who are all there in Mexico, I wish they were wearing Bafana jerseys supporting us.
I mean, your Obi Mikkels went on
we
the socials.
We need that. We needed them.
Every African athlete, every African superstar spoke about not supporting South Africa at this World Cup.
We needed them. We needed their support. But because of the stupid things we do in this country.
Say, my friend, I'm going to tell you only 4 codes that will lead you to the proper life. Yeah. I want to say to the people, the only true disability in the world is bad attitude. And a bad attitude is like a flat tire. You will never go anywhere. Because there is a you in you that makes you to be you because you are you. You rather become the product of your decision than being the victim of the circumstances. Because a success comes from pain, a pain comes from try, a try comes from the vision, a vision comes from the person, my brother.
No more taper fades, no more security, no more Uber, no more fixing phone, no more screen protector for 50 rand. The clubs are gonna be broke. Because the Niger boys are not spending money on the baddies at the club. The baddies are gonna be broke. Like, it's a ripple effect, bro. It's a ripple effect. Are you guys sure you wanna do this? Are you guys positive? If they vibe, bro, like what's gonna happen with the Insta baddies, dog? That vibe on random Cape Town trips. Who's gonna sponsor those Cape Town trips if the foreigners vibe?
There's 2 sides to this story, and this is what you talk about fairness. So let's mention, for example, the economic impact that shows, our own statistics, South Africa show, that each immigrant that is having a business here employs at least 3 to 4 people, contributes taxes. Nobody ever talks about that. We never talk about the dysfunctionality of Home Affairs in terms of its documentation crisis, where most people who are deemed, quote, illegal are simply without documentation. We don't talk about the 4 million South African citizens who are undocumented. who have to wait years for their documentation. What about them? What about, it's a documentation crisis, it's a systemic crisis. And what we're saying is, we recognize, I wonder why, for example, there was no mention of the Copenhagen African Xenophobia March, which happened 2 weeks ago in this very city, with hundreds and hundreds of people with exactly the different kind of message. We don't talk about these things. So we're creating a very similar kind of thing to the United States, which is this anger that is then directed towards those who, by the way, built this city that we're very much in. Migrants built this city from Mozambique and Zimbabwe. Miners who worked here, who created much of the wealth of the city we live in. And now we're trying to blame them for all of these ills, when in fact, if we start looking at the factual information about joblessness, there's no statistical evidence, there's no evidence that suggests that foreign nationals are taking away many jobs. What we have is we have a macroeconomic policy that basically privileges corporate capital and big investments and doesn't support small-scale township economies. So if, for example, you even kick out all the spaza shop owners tomorrow and say all the foreign nationals are in, and every single South African citizen, would those small-scale businesses survive because of our own policies? No. You ask a South African spaza shop owner, they're facing exactly the same problems. So instead of making this an immigration foreign citizen issue, we should make it a governance issue, a policy issue, and politicians have a lot to answer for, because that's where people are protesting. Water, electricity, education, health, housing. Those can't be blamed on foreign nationals who make up, by the way, less than 4% of our population.
To follow that riffraff of KZN, a tribalist riffraff that has got no idea.
Who's the tribalist riffraff?
That those people who are marching every day.
Oh, march and march.
Yeah, and then because of that, I must change my position, because of fools, illiterates, that make no reference to any law, immigration law, nothing. When you ask them, what do you need in law to be changed to accommodate what you are saying?
Yeah.
They drink Intellis. And then Intellis must change me. That someone is smoking Intellis, and then I must change my view.
Yeah.
Those traditional herbs they take
okay.
when they march, when you ask them questions, and then that must make me change. I can't change this. There is no